Administration is pretty much cracking down on SNAP fraud. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Everyone will have to reapply. That's great news. Let's get into the content, guys. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. We are talking about the story of the Trump administration is pretty much cracking down on fraud when it comes to SNAP. All of the recipients of SNAP will have to reapply in order to see whether or not they're vulnerable citizens who need the support. I think that this is something that is needed. I really believe that a lot of people have been taking advantage of SNAP, EBT, and they've been literally milking the system to enrich themselves, to enrich their family. It is said that there are like literally over 200,000 SNAP beneficiaries that are actually dead, but somebody's receiving the check. Like, this is happening right now. And the Trump administration is done. They're tired of this nonsense. So all of you folks that have been milking the system, lying in order to get these benefits, your time is up. You're going to have to now head out to go to work. And again, guys, as you come in to the stream, double tap the screen and give it a thumbs up. Stop being a hater. If you're here, participate so that you can pretty much be involved. Now, what does this all mean? You have to get a job. You have to get a job now, guys, in order to get your SNAP benefits. Because again, when you go out there to reapply, you're not going to get approved because a lot of you are collecting SNAP and you're not even qualified for it because you're working, you're able bodies, you're making enough money. But because of what Biden did, a lot of you been literally living off of SNAP benefits for years, and it's over now. So Trump is not playing around. All of you bums gonna have to head on out to go to work now. Enough is enough. We don't care about your situation. The taxpayers are fed up. We're tired of you. And it is time for you to get back to work. So we're going to do what we need to do. So now, guys, you have a lot of men that are out here that have a lot of baby mamas. A lot of these men, you know, they're travel agents. They work for alleged pyramid schemes like Planet Marketing. And these guys, man, they're supposed to be businessmen. So their baby mamas, when they reapply for SNAP, they're not going to be approved because the Trump administration is going to realize that a lot of these individuals make good money now. And see, here's the thing. If you're making good money now, there is no need for you to be on this program. This program was meant for real people that are vulnerable, that are down and out, that are struggling, not for able bodies that are able to work. So I'm really happy about this. I'm excited. I think this is definitely making America great again because now we're going to be able to see who can really reapply. That's what we're going to notice now. We're going to see who is really who has the information properly or who's a fraud. Believe it or not, guys, a lot of people that are collecting SNAP, it's all fraud. Believe it. Most Americans are able bodies who can work. They're not poor. They're not down and out. These are people who just want a free ride. And that is where we are right now. We have a lot of individuals that have been taking advantage of the system due to the Biden administration. And now Trump have to clean this mess up. See, a lot of y'all been hating on Trump and y'all thought because the government reopened that it's all back to normal. You get to collect your money again. No, you ain't collecting no money again. You are literally going to have to reapply to get your SNAP benefits. And people are already crashing out online right now. A lot of women are losing their minds. They can't believe it. They're saying it's not right. Trump is wrong. They blame Trump for everything, but it's not really, it's not really Trump that's just doing it. The system is oversaturated with fraud. Too many people are getting over, and a lot of you are beneficiaries of this. Some of you that are viewing the show right now, you're committing fraud, and I'm happy that you got to reapply, because now we're going to find out that, you make enough money to take care of your family. See, when I shop for food, I got to spend cash. I cannot go to SNAP and say, hey, man, I got 4 kids. I'm struggling. Oh, me. No, they're going to say, you're a black man. Bam, you're denied. Go get a job. That's what they're going to tell me. They're going to tell me, go get a job. You don't look like you're struggling. Go get a job. So what makes you think you're not supposed to go get a job? So I think that the SNAP benefits situation, in order to really rectify the problem, we have to make everybody reapply, because it's the only way we're going to prevent fraud. Now, here's the thing, guys. A lot of you working class citizens, your tax dollars is going into these programs. Don't you want fraud to end? Think about this. Over 200,000 families are receiving, and this is just from what they found out in the research, almost 200,000 families are committing fraud, meaning the people that are getting these checks, they're already dead. But somebody in the family is using their name, their Social Security, all of that stuff to get these benefits. That's crazy. And see, what this does, it messes it up for people that are really vulnerable and in need. Now, here's the thing, guys. The only people that I feel should be beneficiaries of SNAP are people that are totally unable to work. I don't give 2 F's about your situation. If you are able to work, get off your lazy ass and go work. Do you understand me? I don't want to hear no sob stories from nobody. I'm tired of the sob stories. I'm tired of the excuses, right? We have to work, period. There's too much fraud right now. And this is the reason why taxpayers are struggling. This is why you cry on your job. This is why every time you look at your paycheck, they're taking all these taxes. You're like, what the heck is going on? It's because of fraud. Because these damn lazy folks don't want to work. You got people that are able bodies and they're using somebody else's Social Security number. They're using their grandfather's Social Security number, whereas we're thinking this money is going towards the elderly. We're thinking this money is going towards the disabled. It's not. It's going to a young person who was living in that house, who was living in that apartment, but that uncle already done died. But the money's still coming in because nobody closed the case. Well, there's loopholes all throughout the system. That's why something got to be done. And now they're requiring that everyone has to reapply. That is excellent, man. That is excellent. Everybody has to reapply. If you're happy about that, put a 1 in the chat. If you're happy that these folks have to reapply, which means, here's the thing, guys. When they reapply, they have to provide their Social Security. They have to provide proof that they're the person. The jig is up. They're done. All the fraud ends because they thought they could just keep getting the money. No. Trump says enough is enough. Let me listen to this tape real quick, guys. Let me listen to this tape real quick, guys. Let's check this out real fast.
When I was president, the number that you're talking about was a tiny fraction of what it is now. Biden went totally crazy, gave it to anybody that would ask, gave it to people that were able-bodied, had no problem. Anybody that would ask, we get the number. And it's many times the number of people are on. This wasn't meant for that. It was meant for people that had real problems, in many cases, people that were down and out, people that could be saved. It wasn't meant for people that could do whatever they want, the people that say, well, I don't think I'll work, I'll just, collect this money. Take a look at the number of what it was during my administration and what it was during the Biden administration. It went up many, many times my first term.
Do you see, ladies and gentlemen? It wasn't meant for everybody to milk the system. It was for vulnerable people, people that are down and out. But yet, with all the work Trump is doing, people still hate Trump. Let me tell you something, guys. I seen this video on TikTok. I got to do a reaction to it. What I find in America right now, a lot of Americans never had true leadership. So we don't know what real leadership looked like. Trump is actually the first president that actually is leading America right now. All these other presidents of old, they were causing nothing but problems in America. And it ruined our way of living. And now it's like people are upset with Trump because he's executing leadership, doing what needs to be done, standing on business. Biden was giving everybody SNAP benefits and giving them what they want. All you had to do is just apply. People would cut corners, commit fraud, use other people's Social Security, sign up names, and they would get what they need. Everybody was getting that mess. So now you happen to reapply. Now you got to have the proper identification. They're going to want to know if you have a job, how much money you earning. All of this stuff is going to be updated because, a lot of people, they falsify information. I know about this type of stuff because when I was on the 9 to 5, we had very strict policy when it comes to making sure everything's logged in the logbook. And what happened is if you falsify information, you can end up losing your job. And unfortunately, when it comes to SNAP benefits, people falsify everything. How much money you make a year? Oh, I don't make anything. Do you have a job? No, I don't got a job. But they got all these side hustles making money. You understand? So the government is now going to crack down on everything, every single thing. So if you're a YouTuber and, you figure, hey, Uncle Sam, the government, they may not know what I'm doing, so I'm going to go ahead and make my bread and have all my baby mamas collect SNAP benefits. That's not going to happen. They're going to crack down on you too. And you're going to have to either pay for your babies or go get a job. But nonetheless, the fraud is going to be over with. Because here's the thing, when your baby mamas have to go reapply, what are they going to say? That you live with them? You don't live with them. So all the fraud is going to be done. Because, a lot of you baby mamas out there, you be putting different people on your documents. You ain't going to be able to do that this time. Because when all the baby mamas reapply, the government is going to see the same names, same Social Security numbers, and you're going to get arrested for fraud. So what I see coming is a lot of people are going to end up going to prison for fraud. Somebody says, why are you tripping off SNAP benefits? Why aren't you concerned with Trump giving Venezuela $40 billion? I don't care. Why don't you go get a job? See, if you actually had a job, right, work, you wouldn't have time to be worrying about what Venezuela's got from Trump. Go get a job and stop being a bum, right? It's not that hard. Get a resume, go fill out a couple of applications, right? And get off of SNAP benefits because you're not going to be able to get approved again. You're one of those people that got to go reapply, right? Yeah, that's you. It's not going to work this time. If you try to go reapply, they're going to cancel your subscription. That's right. That's right. Let's see what we got, guys. Double tap the screen. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Somebody says, you have no idea why people need those benefits. I don't care. I don't care. That's your problem. It's not my problem. See, when I got to pay my bills, you don't give a F about it, right? Come on now, right? Let me ask you a question, guys. When you have to pay your bills, do you care about your neighbor having to pay their bills? No. You got to be concerned with your bills. Your food bill for your kids, right? Right? Okay. So I'm just being real with you. See, guys, a lot of you are not accustomed to real talk. I'm just being real. I'm saying what the American people are afraid to say. People don't care about your situation. Nobody do. They really don't. Your neighbors don't care about you. They're waiting for you to die. That's right. Your neighbors are waiting for you to die. They're waiting for you to lose your house, lose your car. They're waiting for you to die. That's what they do. That's the nature of man. People like seeing people when they fall. I learned that a long time ago. Nobody cares. So I don't care about what people are going through in terms of what they need these benefits for. What you need to do is get a job. Why can't people get a job? Why do we feel that the government is supposed to give us this handout for these SNAP benefits, but yet you're an able-bodied adult who refuse to work? No. This is why reapplying is necessary, because now they get to see who you really are. And based on the interview Trump had, he talked about these things. They're going to find out who really are vulnerable people, who are really the down and out that really need these benefits. Because here's the thing. There are groups of people that really need SNAP benefits. All of us don't need it. So let's stop playing. A lot of you able-bodied adults that have been crying and bitching all these days about SNAP benefits, you can go get a job. I don't care about your situation. You're a grown adult. It's time to man up, woman up, and go out there and win. You know why? Because nobody cares. We don't want to hear about your sob story. I'm tired of hearing about sob stories, right? We need people to be self-sufficient again. That's what's going to make America great again. Reapplying prevents fraud, and it allows the government to get an updated version of who they're supplying these benefits to. Because I'm going to be honest with you, man, when I was a teenager, man, when I was a young guy as a teenager, I can recall, growing up on welfare, growing up on all that stuff. And, my folks was collecting monies, with my name. Those of you that grew up in the hood, you know what I'm talking about. Your parents, your mom, dad, most likely your mom was collecting welfare with your name, your Social Security. A little transparency of my situation when I was a young guy, back in the day as a teenager. I kind of recall there was a time when I was turning 18. I was turning 18 years old, guys. I was turning 18. And I can recall my grandma, I believe it was, she had wanted me to reapply or to sign some documents. And at that point, I'm turning 18. I was prepared to go out there and find a job, do what I had to do, and, just get my life together, right? And she wanted me to reapply to collect these food stamps and this mess. And I was telling her, I was like, no, I'm turning 18. I got to go be a man now. And she got upset with me. And it was a situation where I couldn't understand why she was getting upset with me. And then when I had, got older and, matured and all that other stuff, I realized she was trying to maintain what she had going on. It wasn't really about me developing my life as a young man. And if I would have reapplied, it would have given her the benefits. I wasn't benefiting, guys. So I told her no. I told her, no, I'm not doing it. Think about how many families out there where they're using their sons and using their daughters because they're of age, or maybe they're 18, whatever, and they wanting them to reapply. Now, if I reapply as 18-year-old, they're looking at me as I did it. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm going to be held accountable, even though it wasn't my idea. It was her idea. So think about all of that is fraud. All of that is fraud. She needed my signature. I told her no. So think about how many other families are committing fraud where they're using their sons and their daughters to sign, telling them sign so we could continue to get the benefits. No, the fraud must end. The fraud must end. And I'm thankful that I didn't sign and I decided to go get a job. I decided to go work. It feels better when you can work and provide for yourself, and you don't need nobody, telling you when you could eat. The first of the month, wake up, wake up. That's how it was in the hood every day. People would wake up on the first of the month and everybody's shopping. And everybody got their food stamps, right? And it's just a horrible time to be in. So I'm glad that the Trump administration is cracking down on these bums who just want to sit around all day and don't want to work. And I know some of you are upset with me. I get it, guys. I get it. I know that you're upset. I get it. You're mad at me because you figure I don't have no compassion and no empathy for the poor. It's not about that. It's about able-bodied adults, man, that have been taking advantage of the system, causing the poor, the real vulnerable people, to struggle and suffer. As I said many times in many videos, welfare and SNAP benefits and all this other stuff, it's not for the everyday folk. It's for people that are really at the bottom, people that are just, they don't got nothing, man. It's like their whole situation is bad. And it's supposed to be for a period of time so that you could get back on your feet. Like Section 8. You have some people that live on Section 8 their whole life. Their whole life, man. Where you got people, they got full public assistance where they're paying half of their rent and they're getting all this money. And nah, bro, nah. Enough is enough, man. I'm tired of people milking the system. I'm tired of people getting free rides. Enough is enough, man. We got to hold these people accountable. If you're an able body, you ain't getting no SNAP. You ain't getting nothing. And I'm happy about that. You don't need nothing. Go get a job. Hashtag go get a job. Hashtag go get a job. That's right. Companies are hiring. Companies are hiring. Go get the resume. That's right. That's right. Go get a resume. Fill it out. Right? That's good. Okay, you're almost there. Okay. Go to the job now and tell them, look, I need this job. I could really use this job. And that's it. Go get a trade. Get into Job Corp. The Goodwill. If you out in New York, go over there. They got all these programs that can help you. Listen, guys, I had to do stuff like that when I was younger, guys. I really do. That's right. That's right, guys. Yeah, I had to go to the Goodwill, guys. That's right. I had to go there. Oh, I had to do job search, and I had to do all of that stuff, guys. Yeah, there was a time when I was down and out, guys. That's right. There was a time when I was down and out, bumming it out. I remember those days. Guys. I never forget where I came from. I know exactly what it was like. I remember when I didn't have no food to eat and nobody cared. I remember those days. Really, really stressful time. And I just got tired of being stressful. I had to do something. And I realized that if I don't work, I don't eat. And then I remember reading the Bible one day and I found a scripture that says, if a man don't work, neither shall he eat. And I was like, wow, it's in the Bible. So I realized I had to get a job. So to all of the SNAP beneficiaries out there, it is time to get a job. It's time to work. I know it hurts. Your hands are going to hurt. Your feet, they're going to be hurting now. Because now you got to walk. You got to go to jobs. That's right. That's right. You got to get up early in the morning when it's cold. and you don't feel like getting out of bed. That's right. So, guys, if you can be so kind, double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Let me see what the chat is saying, guys. Let me see if I'm receiving any love, any support, any hate mail. Let's see what we got. Shout out to Bobby for the $5 support. Let's see what he says. Let's see what we got. Our president can't even give transparency on the Epstein files. It's a hoax. Now it's not a hoax. People, we got to stop with this Epstein file stuff, guys. Epstein is dead. You guys are trying to hold Trump accountable for what Epstein did. That's madness, guys. Can we move on with our lives and focus on more important things? Imagine all Americans are screaming, we want the Epstein files. Y'all sound crazy, guys. Very, very crazy. Could we get the files about your life? Could we get the files about you guys that are secretly in the closet? You guys that mess with men? You ladies that are having secret relationships with students in schools? Could we get those files? Could we get the files of you guys that are on the DL where you are having inappropriate relationships with young men? How about you PDF files that are out there on the job that are doing creepy stuff at home? Could we get the files on you? See what I mean? Can we move forward, guys? This Epstein file stuff is ridiculous, guys. Anyway, let's get back to the content. Let's see what we got. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Anthony for the $3 support. Says, stand for office. You rock, bro. Save the USA. In order for us to save the USA, we have to have everybody working again. We got to cut the SNAP benefits off, but not entirely off, because I get it, guys. But here's the thing. This is how I'm going to... Now, hear me out, because I know you're going to get upset. I don't give two Fs about what you're going through. Get a job. That's it. Go get a job. That's the American way. We've been babying people too much. We've been babying a whole lot of people too much. And this is why the country's falling apart. It's because we baby everybody. Let me tell you something, guys. Hear me very carefully. If you're a man and you're broke, no money, nothing, and we put you around 10 strong businessmen, masculine leaders, men, and we let you stay around these men for 1 month, and your job is to watch how they work, watch how they move, I guarantee you, you're going to be a different kind of guy. You won't remain the same. They won't allow you. They won't allow you. You're around greatness all day. The reason why a lot of people remain where they are is because of the company they keep. The Democrat Party is always telling you guys to be like this, always wait for your benefits, always wait. They don't teach you nothing else. They don't teach you to be independent. They don't teach you the value of work. They don't teach you that. Every business owner, every entrepreneur knows what it means to get up and work. You work when you don't feel like it. You have to have a hustler mindset. You have to be a go-getter. You have to just be fed up with being broke. When you're fed up with being broke, you say to yourself, look, if I don't do this now, ain't nothing gonna happen for me. So might as well I try. Nothing else matters. Let me just go do it. Let me get to work and stop complaining. I'm tired of hearing people complaining. The American way is to work for what you desire. By the sweat of your brow, the scripture says. Every man is supposed to know how to work with his hands. I don't feel sorry for you if you're a man and you don't want to work to take care of your family. Shame on you. Us men, we don't respect you if you don't go work. Every man respect another working man. When we see another man and he works with his hand, salute to that man. We know he's a man. We don't even have to talk to him. We already know he a man. Look at him. I'm proud. Look at that man. He's working. Look at the results. Great job. Yep. We could tell. We could tell you're a man. We could see your work. Unfortunately, there's a lot of men that don't want to work. You want to live off the woman. Ladies, put that man out the house. Put him out. Don't let that man live off you. Don't let him live in that house. No. He don't want to work. Why you got him in that house? Put him out the house tonight. Tonight, evict him out the house. That's right. He don't belong there. He don't want to work. What you have him there for? What's the point? You got all these kids is hungry, you got this bum in your house. Kick him out. How dare he sit up in that house? He's a man. And he don't want to work. He don't want to provide. I am tired of seeing these men. You want to live inside this woman's house while she go to work. Some of you ladies, you do this stuff every single day. You go to work every day. And you got this man in your house. He ain't working? You talking about you love him? He don't work. And then some of you ladies, you carrying babies. You carrying babies for this bum who's eating your kids' cereal, playing PlayStation and Xbox, driving your car, and he don't want to work. Ladies, moving into 2026, do not let no bum live in your house if he don't want to work. Hashtag say no to the D. Kick him out. Can't have him in there no more. Some of y'all been keeping these ninjas in your house because he laying pipe. Them bills got to come first. Pun intended. The bills got to come first. The bills got to come first. The rent, the mortgage, the lights, the gas, the food, that comes first before that man. That's it. If the bills are not paid, no cooch. Lights about to be shut off? Okay, time to close the cooch. Hey, babe. We're gonna get it in tonight? Like, why you upset with me? I can't get no cooch? No? Bills need to be paid, man. You pay the bills, the cooch store opens up. You don't need no head. You don't need nothing. You need to go to work. That's right. We got to prove you. You got to prove that you a man. See, for a long time, these ladies, they've been opening themselves up for men that don't want to work, they don't want to provide, but they want love and respect and all this other stuff. Women don't respect no man that's a bum. If you a bum and you ain't working, you ain't providing, no lady respect you. They don't. You could be an ugly guy. If you got some money, best believe that woman gonna be respecting you. You could be a fat dude, you making some bread, that woman gonna respect. In this day and time, trust and believe that. They're gonna respect you if you got a job. All of you men that are working class men, your value went up. Moving into 2026, a lot of you guys are gonna be sought after by a lot of these women. And it's because you've been steadily working and building yourself up. Especially during the snapdemic. Oh, a lot of them was really feeling it when it comes to not being able to get that SNAP money. And now the Trump administration is like, look, y'all got to now reapply. Y'all got to reapply. And shout out to the person who recently just supported with a super chat. I didn't even catch the super chat in time, but I think you said something along the lines of get a job. You know what I mean? We all agree with that. Get a job. You said feminists broke up families. Let me see. Feminists broke up families. Well, that's partly true. But we also have to hold the women accountable because they agreed with it. We know that a lot of feminists had a lot of play in that. We get that part. But remember, the women agreed with it, which means they were with it too. So we just can't blame the feminists, right? And remember, a lot of men, the reason why a lot of men, now watch this, guys. How was it that they were able to kick the man out the house if he's the man of the house? That means that from back then, these men were living with women in their house, meaning it was the woman's house the whole time, not the man's house. Because I'm always wondering, how is it that women were putting men out the house in order to get public assistance and this and that? And I realized these men were not working. And if they were, it wasn't their house. It was the woman's house. That's why she had to kick him out or refuse to marry him in order to collect the benefits. You see that? Because this is how it was back in the days. You would have a lot of dudes, they would want to marry a woman. She'll be like, nope, you're going to mess up my rent. You're going to mess up my kids. I can't do it. Can't do it. So now in today's day, a lot of people have been committing fraud. The Trump administration is aware of it. We don't need fraud anymore. So everybody, if you are a SNAP recipient and you're viewing the live, make sure you double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're viewing right now, you have to make sure you're subscribed for the best commentary on YouTube. Trump administration is cracking down on fraud. So if you've been collecting SNAP, there's a possibility you may be doing prison time. See, this is the part they're not telling you, but I'm going to try to give you the warning so that you can save yourself now before you end up in prison. A lot of you that have been committing fraud, remember, we're talking about fraud, federal. This ain't a game, guys. Once the federal government find out that for years you've been committing fraud to get SNAP, you're going to prison. Look, I didn't want to give you this bad news. Nobody else is giving you this bad news. But I have to warn you at the same time. A lot of people are talking about people having to reapply for SNAP benefits. It's just not that simple. It's not really about reapplying. It's about putting you in prison for fraud. That's the real catch. Because once they do the research and you reapply and it comes out that they've been giving you SNAP benefits all these years, they're going to want to know why you've been committing fraud all these years. You're going to prison. So be mindful of that. If I were you, if you know you've been committing fraud, I didn't want to tell you this, guys, but I'm trying to look out for some of you. I'm trying to look out for some. I'm trying to show a little mercy. Don't reapply. If you reapply and they find out that you've been committing fraud, you go into prison. Remember, they got ICE out in Charlotte, North Carolina right now. A lot of people in North Carolina is pissed. You know, you have a lot of people in Charlotte. They're not afraid of ICE. They're not afraid. They're not. They literally will stand their ground. At the same time, they out in North Carolina rounding people up. It's happening right now, guys. I mean, if your paperwork is good, you don't got nothing to worry about. But a lot of people are going to be going to prison over these SNAP benefits. Y'all listen, to the folks that been attacking Trump, slandering Trump, this is not a game. When they say you have to reapply for SNAP, I'm giving you guys the real, raw, uncut information that nobody's telling you. The real purpose of this is to put the people who committed fraud all these years in prison. Because that's where you belong. That's what's going to make America great again. And I hope you go to prison. So I'm giving you some good advice. Don't reapply if you know you've been committing fraud. Don't reapply. Just let it go. Go get a job. You just saved yourself many years in prison. Trust me. Look, you may not like me. You may hate my hat. You may hate Trump. I think I just gave you the best advice you can ever imagine. Don't reapply if you know you've been committing fraud. Because what the federal government is trying to do is show mercy in a way in which they're giving you the opportunity to make it right. That's what they're doing. What's the name of the film? I think it's called Equalizer, right? I think it's Equalizer with Denzel Washington. I believe it is, right? And he always have his watch, and he'll press his watch, and he'll beat up the bad guys or whatever the case is. And then before he kill them, he always tell them, I'm giving you an opportunity to make it right. I'm giving you the opportunity to make it right. If you would have just took the money, you wouldn't have to die. So I'm giving you guys the opportunity. Do not reapply for SNAP benefits if you know you've been committing fraud. If you know you've been falsifying information, I'm here to tell you, you go into prison. That's what they're not telling you. Now, I shouldn't even say none of these things, to be honest, because you technically deserve to go to prison, but I'm trying to look out for you at the same time. I'm really trying to look out for some of y'all because y'all gonna be greedy because you want money. You want these SNAP benefits. I'm telling you, if you've been committing fraud all these years, if you reapply, it's a trap to put you in prison. Because once you reapply and they find out that you're the one that been reapplying, you're going to prison. It's not just about, oh, you're denied because they know that you make enough money. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. You're going to be literally put in handcuffs and they're taking you down. Guys, committing fraud in order to get SNAP benefits is federal. You are going to prison for a long time. And if you have kids, they will be given into social services, unless you probably have some living relatives where they will most likely send them to your relatives first, because that's normally what they do in today's day. They'll look for guardians that's within the family before they go to the next level. But I'm warning you, if you know you've been committing fraud, If you know you've been falsifying information, using other people's social security numbers that are dead, because again, based on the information, over 200 plus thousand families been committing fraud. The people that have been benefiting from these SNAP benefits, they're dead. You got families collecting 2 separate checks right now with SNAP benefits. 2, not 1, 2. They're also collecting for a dead relative right now. And all of this mess happened under Biden. Biden created a mess, a big mess. And y'all keep getting mad at our president, Trump. I think Trump is doing an excellent job as a president. I think that he's standing firm on business. We may not agree with everything he do or how he do it, but he's leading the country. That's what's important. I think that's what real Americans should look for in a president, is the leadership, a president that has the balls to just do what needs to be done without no tap dancing around the issue. Because where much is given, much is required. And when you think about Trump and you think about the fact that he dominated in business for many, many years, there's a lot that he understands about business and how things are to be done, especially running companies and a lot of stuff. So when you take those principles and you put it now as a president, there's certain skills that he already have when it comes to leadership. You may not agree with this, you may not agree with that, but at the end of the day, you tell me, who was a better president, Trump or Biden? I'll wait. Who was a better president, Trump or Obama? I'll wait. See, this is the problem. It's like no matter who's the president, you're going to get upset. Why don't you run for office? Let's see how you run the country. Let's see how you run America. You'll run it right into the pits of hell because you don't know what it means to lead. Imagine all of the things the president got to have on his plate every single day. Most of us wouldn't even know what to do. Believe it or not, it takes a special kind of human being in order to be in that position. And I think that the American people have become traitors in regards to how Trump is actually leading America and doing what needs to be done. You may disagree with certain things. It's okay to disagree with certain things. But when you disagree with everything and it's like you just don't like the guy and you're just finding fault, and we want to focus on Epstein files, Epstein files. Epstein is dead. Epstein is dead, ladies and gentlemen. You're trying to hold Trump accountable for Epstein's life. Why is everybody talking about Trump? Talk about Clinton. Talk about this person. Talk about all the people that ever been at an Epstein party. When Diddy was on trial, how come nobody brought up the names of all the politicians, all of the celebrities, all of the movie actors that was at Diddy's parties? Nobody brought up any names. Do you know how many big shots was at Diddy's parties? Nobody brought up any names. But when it comes to Epstein, the only name people think about is Donald Trump. We got to grow up, ladies and gentlemen. In order to move forward, in order to keep America growing and being better and better, we have to get our minds right. We got to get our minds right, fam. You know? We have to get in order and we have to stay on code when it comes to this nation. We really have to stay on code, guys, because just the other day, you had, I believe, the lady, Marjorie or whatever her name is, she turned against Trump and Trump had to disassociate himself with her. And this is a woman who was an ally and she went out there joining the Democrats now. Basically threw him under the bus, calling for the Epstein files. And I'm like, wow, you supposed to be a Republican and this is how you moving? Really? Nah, fam. I believe that she was never a Republican at all. I believe that she was an agent and her job was to infiltrate, learn a little bit of this, that, and then turn against Trump in a vulnerable time. And people are literally saying that Trump is wrong for all the things he had to say about her. No, he did the right thing. Once you find out that somebody in your circle is a snake, you have to cut their head off and let them go. For real, fam. Um, let me see. It's like when you read the live chat, it's just nothing but trolls in there. It's like there's no intelligent people here. If you're intelligent, put a 1 in the chat. If you're intelligent, because it seems as if though there's just a lot of trolls here, man. It's no real people in the chat to have conversations with. Imagine walking into a room and it's filled with a bunch of people like that. That's just unintelligent. Like it's just horrible, man. Very, very horrible. Let's see. So we have some intelligent people in here. Let me see. You said you streamers only see the bad stuff, so then why are you watching? What is the good stuff? You said we're only seeing the bad stuff. What is the good stuff? You want the good stuff? Okay. Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior. You need to be saved. You need to repent of your sins. That's the gospel. How do you feel about that? That's the good stuff. You want the good stuff? Jesus Christ is the Lord and personal Savior, right? Okay. Repent of your sins, be baptized, get saved. Are you going to do that? I bet you don't even care about that. You just said streamers report on the bad stuff. I just gave you some good news. Do you care about that? Are you going to get saved? Are you going to live holy? Are you going to put away your sins? Of course not. You're not going to do that because you really don't care for the good stuff. You love evil, right? Let's see what we got. Da 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 da. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. Tell Trump that he doesn't even know one scripture. It's crazy how people. It's like, guys, when we have these conversations, people they just focus on being rude, disrespectful, posting insults. Guys, that's not change in America. It's not. You know, it really is not. People talking about my hat. They talking about my locks. They talking about this and that. All that goofy stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. You know. Let's see. Ba ba da ba. Burn, 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 burn. Somebody says, "Are you a Republican or a Christian?" You said fake Christians are funny. Well, I'm not a Christian, so I don't know if you're trying to say that I'm funny by assuming that I'm a Christian. I'm not a Christian. I'm a Bible believer. I believe in God, yes, but I'm not into religion. No, not into that. Let's see. Shout out to Neo. Neo says, I don't care what the Dems say. I love Mr. 47. You said, Hail King Trump. Trump all day long. I hope Trump runs a third term. I personally believe that he's going to be in office for a third term. I'm not going to explain how. I already know how. With the way the country is going, I could see that happening. I could definitely see him there for a third term. Trust and believe it. It's going to happen. And it's going to shock the world. Somebody said, are you an Israelite? 60% of SNAP recipients have jobs. Did you know? If they had jobs, why do they need SNAP? It's because they're not working hard enough. See, here's the problem. I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to make it seem like the people who have jobs and collect SNAP, that these are respectful working Americans. No, they're not. They're bums who refuse to work hard. See, if you are working and doing the bare minimum just so that you could get SNAP, that's sad. Why don't you just do better to the point where you don't need SNAP? You see what I mean? So you're going to always be vulnerable. Haven't this shutdown taught you anything? Get a job or else you will starve. It's not worth the trouble. So I get what you're trying to do, but real working Americans who work for everything they got, they go to the store, they shop with cash, there's no benefits, no public assistance, nothing. They train themselves to be independent. And it's a beautiful thing when you could just get up, go buy what you want to buy, and you're not being denied. You can swipe your debit card and know you good because you earn what you got. But when you have to wait for the first of the month to get your SNAP benefits or whatever day they give it to you, that's a sad situation. That's not fun. That's not American. I don't think no American should have to be like that. You understand? Somebody said, what? You eat. I guess you probably wanted to say what is that thing? Chitterlings? You talking about the pig intestines or whatever the case is? I don't eat swine. I don't eat ham. I don't eat lobster, shrimp, none of that poison. We don't eat scavengers. We don't eat none of that mess. Nope, we don't do that. We actually eat healthy. That way we can live long and, do what we need to do. Occasionally, I might get me some burgers, and I can't forget my wonderful soda that I love to drink. But I thought you said you eat healthy. Well, it wouldn't be healthy unless you balance it out with a little soda. You know what I mean? But let's see. Somebody says, you think you're better than us? Yeah, I'm better than you. You ain't shit. How do you feel now? You feel better? You just said you think you're better than us. I think I'm better than you, and you know I'm better than you. That's why you said that. See, normally when people say stuff like that, they feel that I'm better than them. So I'm just helping you out. Yeah, I'm better than you. What the fuck you gonna do? Nothing. That's my point. So in order to be better in life, you have to work, ladies and gentlemen. See, I don't walk around with this insecurity of, you think you're better than us? When you talk like that, it's because you're a bum. It's because you're a nobody. You look at me as somebody better than you because you don't see yourself as a decent human being. I would never utter those words. So I'm just helping you out. Since you feel that I'm better than you, I'm just helping you out. Yeah, I'm better than you. Hope that helps. Let's see what else we got. Hope I got you mad enough. Let's see. Somebody says, you're so confused. No, that's you. You're confused. You're just projecting on me. You didn't graduate high school. I know you didn't. You failed all your classes. That's right. You had to repeat the semester. It didn't work out for you, right? No diploma, no graduation. I know it's rough, right? Yeah, it really is. But it'll be okay. It'll be okay. You'll be all right. Somebody said people need help, then go to Jesus. If you need help, go to Jesus Christ. Pray, fast for 40 days and 40 nights. It's crazy. The month of November, people were crying over SNAP benefits, but they all claim they're Christians. I'm trying to figure this out. If you're a Christian, you should be able to fast and pray. Why you ain't fast and pray? Let's see what we got. Says, man, you curse, but you tell others to repent. What do you mean by curse? I think you're uneducated. Let me give you an example. Jesus Christ, the Bible says, cursed the fig tree. Let me get it for you in the wonderful laptop. Let's get what the Bible says. The wonderful Bible. Let's see what it says in the scriptures, guys. Let's go to Bible Gateway and find out what it says. Let's find out what Jesus Christ did to see the difference between curse and profanity, right? So let's see. Jesus Christ cursed the fig tree, right? Let's go, guys. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's go to the book of Mark. Let me see who's that. That's one of my fans, Renee. Hello, Renee. Renee is one of my fans. She says, man, you curse, but tell others to repent. Where in the Bible did it say to repent because of the things you say? The word ass is not curse. It's all throughout the Bible, Renee. Haven't you read? Haven't you read the scriptures? ASS is another word for donkey. But you didn't graduate high school, so you wouldn't know that, right? I'm not that smart, right? Give me a minute, guys. Let's get these scriptures for you. Right. Okay, guys, let's see what we got. So, according to the book of Mark, right, it says, and when, in this book of Mark chapter 11, verse 19, I'm going to read down, it says, and when even was come, he went out the city. In the morning, as they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots. And Peter calling to remembrance, saying unto him, Master, behold, the fig tree which thou cursed is withered away. Question. Did Jesus Christ look at the fig tree and say, F that fig tree? No. Did he call the fig tree a bitch? No. What Jesus Christ said was that the tree will wither away and bear no more fruit. That is what it means to curse. For example, Renee, if I told this person here, because I wouldn't want to use you, right? And I say, Johnny, I hope that you die tomorrow. And I hope that your family drown. That's a curse, Renee. That is what it means to curse. Wishing negativity on someone or something. That is what it means to curse something. And Jesus Christ cursed the fig tree because when he went to eat, there was no figs and he got upset. Profanity is not cursing, right? Now, let me get some more scriptures for Renee. We just looked up in the Bible the word ASS, ass, right? Just like if you see a woman and she have a nice ass, you know, like a nice sister, woo, you know a brother can't resist that ass. Oh my goodness. When you see a sister looking good, woo, a brother can't resist that thangin'. Don't let me start to preach. I said, don't let me start to preach now. My goodness. When you see a woman coming down the block and she looking real good, amen. And you see that thangin', hanging from the back, it'll make a brother want to shout. It'll make a brother scream when he see that woman's behind looking real good. Have you ever seen a sister, a black woman coming down the block looking real good? Damn near lose your mind. Brothers, can I get a witness? Can I get an amen? Have you ever seen a woman that just got hired at the workplace? Come on now. How many of you brothers on the 9-to-5 grind, a new worker was just hired. And you saw her coming down the hallway and you saw that bang, bang, banging. And you knew there was a God. You knew there was a God. Yes, amen. It is something about a woman's backside that'll make a man lose his mind. That's right. A man will get happy when he see a woman looking good. Come on now. Renee, do you got that thing? I said, Renee, do you have it? Renee, do you got that thing? Don't let us find out that Renee got something back there. Just because I'm wearing my MAGA hat doesn't mean I'm not a man. Don't let me get started now. Because us brothers, don't let me start to preach. Do you see my point? And you wondering why Clinton was getting head in the White House. I said Clinton was getting some head in the White House. Y'all remember Monica Lewinsky? What did Clinton do? Clinton denied getting head. Come on, Clinton, man. You know good and well you were in the Oval Office getting some top. You know you were. Renee, do you got a man? I said, Renee, do you got a man? Do you got a man? Do you got a husband, I should say? And don't say yeah, because if you say yeah, I'm going to say why you here. Amen. So guys, I hope that little Bible study right there helped you out. And again, you see how brothers lose their mind when they see a woman that got that thing? It's because God, in his infinite wisdom, made a woman with a backside that make a man lose his mind. Have you ever seen a woman's butter buns, brothers? A man cannot resist the butter buns. I said a man cannot resist the butter buns. It's something about them buns, them honey buns, butter buns. When you take the oil, the Diddy oil, and you put it on her butter buns and butter them things up. Because God made it that way. I said God, in his infinite wisdom, called Adam into the garden. And Adam was alone. And God said, Adam, it is not good for you to be alone. Therefore, God said, I'm going to make a woman from your rib because we're going to make America great again. And in order to do that, you need a woman. It is not good that you over here alone. And when God formed Eve and brought her to Adam, that was the first time Adam's third leg began to walk. Adam was in the garden. Eve came up to him wearing heels, fishnet stockings, looking real good. Adam saw her, grew another leg in between his legs. He said, God, what is this? God, what is this thing? God said, son, that be your pipe. I reckon that is called your wood, your woody woodpecker. It is for you to peck her. For real, Lord? Miley. Wow. So I got to use this on her. That's right, son. I reckon that's your wood, and your job is to peck her and lay pipe. Wow. And that was the first time man learned how to lay pipe. All of this happened in the garden. How do you think we all got here? How do you think we all got here? Our dad was doing construction with the jack. Your mama was walking by in that nice sundress, and he saw that wagon on your mama. Your pop was like this. Hey, baby girl, how you doing there? Looking mighty nice. Yeah, I like that thing. Looking real sweet. Turn around a little bit, baby girl. Oh, yeah, definitely looking kind of nice. You gonna invite me over for some supper? That'd be really good. And then you and I came into the world. Because your pop laid pipe on your mama. You know, grandma wasn't always grandma in church now. You know, like when you see them old ladies in church with the church hat? She wasn't always doing that. She was throwing that thing back, way back in the day. Grandma, when she was young in her day, in her prime, she was getting piped down. Y'all be seeing these old ladies in church about, hey, Jesus, Jesus. No, she wasn't doing that all the time. Back in the day, she used to throw that thing back. That's right. Grandma was looking good back in the day. Amen. I told you I don't let me start preaching. Because once I start preaching, I start teaching. So make sure you subscribe just for that lesson, this Bible study lesson. So now, let's switch gears. Double tap the screen if you're new to give it a thumbs up. Let me give you some time to do that. Okay. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you didn't subscribe yet. Subscribe right now. Let me give you some time. I don't think you did it yet. Yeah, click that button. Okay, you did it? Okay, cool. All right. We're talking about the SNAP benefits, guys. You have to reapply. So if you know you're committing fraud, it's not going to work out for you. It's not going to work. You know? Let me see what the chat says. You said impeach Trumpstein. You said this guy's a loser. We, the black community. I didn't even see your comment. It disappeared. You sound stupid. You need a doctor, dummy. This is what meth. Well, I don't know. I don't use drugs. That's what you do. But don't preach, impeach. What you said? You said, bro, nobody here believes that you have a black wife. Why do people always do that? Why do people, every time they come here, you assume that I don't have a black wife? Let me go check my computer and see if I have a black wife. Let me go check and see. I don't know why y'all do that. Like, why is it that as a black man, the world always assume you have to be with a white woman? Like, why is that? Why do y'all have those thoughts? Why there's no, like, this doesn't make no sense. Why do y'all do that? Is that racist too? I think that's like kind of racist because it's almost like you're assuming a black man is supposed to automatically be with a white woman just because. Like, I don't get it. Let me see what we got. Let me see what we got, guys. Let me see what we got. Let me see if my wife is black or white. You see me? You see my wife? You see me? Check it out, guys. Hold on, volume. Volume check. I'm back again, stalking. I'm stalking the same woman. You know what I'm saying? Just time wave so they can see you. All right. Oh, we need more proof? That's not no proof. I'm not stalking her now. That don't mean that that's your wife. Okay, let me get some more proof. Let's get some more proof. They do this all the time, guys. Anytime I do videos, they be in doubt. They be like, that's not your wife. That's somebody else. This is crazy. Watch this. How, me, and my. Okay, let's see what we got, guys. Let's see what we got, guys. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Where is that video? Here we go. Check this one out. This will be a good one. Y'all ready for this one? Yeah, this is a good video here. Really? What? Caught you. In 4K. Caught her in 4K. Making content. We out here. Where everybody at? Where everybody at, man? Where y'all at? Come outside. Come outside. Stop hiding. Why y'all hiding for, though? Come outside. You know what's so amazing, guys, is how many times when I go live, people be like, his wife is not black. She gots to be white. What? Why do y'all do that? That's racist. It's like you don't have no confidence in black men. That don't make no sense. Let's see. Even Bill Clinton says Trump's is the GOAT of what? I don't know. You guys have some sort of fetish with Trump's throat? Like, y'all weird. Somebody said that's clearly AI. So I just created that overnight, right? I just created that in 5 seconds, right? People are Looney Tunes, bro. Okay. Let's see what we got. And then, you know, it's so funny. Then when we show the proof, right? Then, like, I guess all the people that are black that was accusing me of being with some white woman, then they start getting happy. Oh my goodness, he got a black queen. Oh, now they all happy now. It's like, you're weird. Very, very weird. Right? But yeah, guys, if you're committing fraud, Trump is requiring you now. You got to reapply. That's right. That is right, guys. You says you are weird with that red hat. How much times are you going to say this about this hat, man? Like, we got to stop this. This doesn't make any sense. All right? You don't believe in making America great again? It's crazy that I have to show proof because the internet is vicious, man. It's like this internet, man, is weird. Like, you could be a black man, talk like me, make videos like me. They automatically assume you're with a white woman. They'll say you're a sellout, you're a coon, Sambo, all this other goofy stuff. Or here's the greatest one. Oh, he's trying to fit in with white people. Nope. He's trying to fit in with the white man. Nope. I'm not trying to fit in with nobody. Let's see what we got. Okay, who cares? You do. You're here watching. Let's see what we got. You are definitely goofy. Thanks for the compliment. Reapply. We go through a recertification every year and report changes immediately. No, you don't. You got to reapply from scratch, which means it's not just some recertification thing. They want you to go through a whole new process. And I don't think you understand the new bill, the big, beautiful bill. Oh, yeah. Y'all forgot about that. The big, beautiful bill. There was some updates to SNAP and all of that other stuff. So good luck. You're going to need it. You said Donald Trump made sure U.S. First Lady was what? Somebody says I'm Mexican and conservative, and I get hate from my so-called brown brothers. My wife is white, so what? Well, you're going to get hate from everybody if you don't fit in with their... See, here's the thing. This is my motto, right? F everybody. Live your life. Because people are going to find something to try to make you feel like you're a traitor or like something's wrong with you. They do that to me all the time. I don't care. You know? I just don't care. So my advice to you is just don't care what people think. You know? And if a black man got with a white woman, so what? Why does that bother you? And I'm not referring to the gentleman that spoke. I'm talking about people in general. Why does that bother you? Why do people care so much? And you know what's amazing, guys? Let's say, for example, you have a black guy and he has a white woman that he's dating or married or whatever. The black women will say, oh, he's a sellout, blah, blah, blah. He could have had a beautiful black woman, but none of these black women would have ever even give that man the time of day. Never. It's because he has a white woman, they're trying to shame him. But if he had no woman and he was single and he tried to holler at them, hey, baby, how you doing? My name is so-and-so and so, woo, woo, woo. She wouldn't even give him the time of day. She'll just play games with him. Oh, he's not making six figures. Oh, I can't date him. Because you know that's the new thing now, right? If you're black, you have to make six figures or seven figures in order to date the average woman. You got to make 6 figures to 7 figures, guys, just to date in today's day. Somebody says, oh, here we go. Yep, let's bring it out. Seriously. A lot of people care about what people do in their bedroom. A lot of people be caring. Because by the pure fact people assume I must have some white woman, that's a clear sign that they already prejudge me as if he don't like black women. In other words, here I am talking all that talk. First of all, when I'm talking all that talk about a woman's backside and I'm, doing my whole comedy routine, that's directed at black women. Because, only a sister can, you got some white women that have wagons now, especially out in the country. They've been eating some cornbread and some, I don't know, some southern meals or something. But most sisters, they already have the goods. And that's why I don't understand this whole BBL thing. I just don't get it. I don't know why y'all be doing that mess. It's not needed. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. Let me Let's see. You said MAGA don't like you, guy. I don't really care. I don't care. See, I live for me. I don't give two F's what you think. I've learned that a long time ago. I don't give a F what you think about me, because I got to live within me. And I know how cold the world is. So I don't put my trust in people to validate me or make me feel like I'm somebody. I already know who I am. I'm blessed. You can never discourage me in who I am. Never. Because I don't look to you to validate me. I'm not giving you that privilege to control how I feel about me. That's the wonderful thing about being who you are and embracing your reality. Never let people control who you are. Well, you're a bum, you're dumb, you're goofy, you're this, you're that. You're broke. How about that? How those pockets feel? Empty, right? Rabbit ears. See, here's the thing, guys. If you just focus on your gifts, talents, callings, and everything else, you'll be good to go. You'll be good to go. Because a lot of times people want to see you down, man. There's a lot of hate. People be hating you. Sometimes your neighbors hate you, your family hate you, friends hate you. And it's because you're able to survive and they don't understand how you're able to make it, you know? Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Michael for the $10 support. Hey, shout out to Michael for the $10 support. Says people are so hateful. The ones who hate Trump now is because the ones that don't deserve it or frauds, I guess are frauds. Now to work to feed the family. So many haters, who cares what they say? I like your channel. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. All support goes to keeping the lights on. Got to keep them lights on, guys. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you subscribing to the channel. If you're new, we won't be able to do this without you good people. So I am very humble and appreciative that you even chose to view. Out of all the millions of channels you could choose, you chose mine. So that's appreciative, right? So, you know, a lot of people, they disagree with me because I say things straight. I don't like to sugarcoat. I don't believe in lying to people. I just tell them straight exactly how I feel, what's going on. And a lot of times they get people upset, you know, and there's nothing I can really do about it. I can't lie. A lot of influencers, they lie to people all day. For example, you want me to show you how influencers are in today's day? Let me give you a good reenactment. Now, watch this, guys. When I do this, you're going to have people that's going to come into the live stream. They're not going to know what I'm doing, and they're going to believe everything I'm doing. Watch this. Guys, I really didn't want to do this live stream, y'all. I didn't want to do this live stream, man. I'm going through some things right now, man, and I just need y'all support right now, man. Like, it's really a rough time. Like right now, it's it's a real trying time for me and my family. I don't know how to explain this, guys, but we we just got word that, the job is laying us all off. And I put 30 years into this job, man. 30 years, man. I try to do these videos, guys, to motivate you, but right now I could use some motivation, man. 30 years I worked at this company and they just decided they're laying me off all of a sudden. I don't understand why. 30 years I've worked at this damn company, man. 30 years. They laying me off. And I worked at this damn company 30 years, man. Gotta pay the mortgage, bro. Next month. Gotta pay the mortgage, bro. They're cutting my pension too. Could you believe that? My pension is getting cut too. These damn... That's how they be lying to people. With a show of a 1, how many of... With a show of a 1, how many of you believe me? How many of you thought I was serious? With a show of a 1. How many of you were so invested? You was like, yes, he lost his job. Yes, he lost his job. Yeah, he's gonna suffer. Yes. Some people was watching, they swiped and they tuned in. They was like, oh, snap, what the heck is going on here? Dude crashing out. Man, he lost his job? Oh, man. That's wild, bro. But this is how they be doing people on social media. Sometimes you have people, they come online and they give you these sob stories, and then they set up a GoFundMe. Y'all give them $100,000, and the whole time they finesse you. They do that all the time. All the time. I mean, subscribe to the channel just for that, guys. If you enjoyed the little acting scene, subscribe just for that. I mean, wow. You know, we got some movies coming, guys. We working on some films and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we're doing behind the scenes. We're going to be doing some acting, some filming. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the shows when we do them. It's going to be a lot of fun to do. But we're embarking on a lot of different types of content because I realize that I have these abilities and talents and stuff, and I never really used them in a way to bring entertainment to the people. You know, it's like I just kept these talents hidden for so long and never really used them. So I'm gonna try to, just kind of see where it goes. You never know what it would do. It might end up blowing up, and it might be something crazy. So let me see. Shout out to Michael for the 10, says, I believed you for the first 10 seconds. Wow. That's crazy. Think about how many other people were literally sitting at the edge of their seat like, he lost his job? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. This is wild. Let's see what we got. You says, you growing out that beard? I mean, I didn't cut it, so I don't know. I like the grays. I like that. You have a lot of guys, they be putting dye and stuff, dyeing their beard. I'm like, bro, don't do that. Don't ever dye your beard, your hair, anything, guys. If you have some gray as a man, you let that stay. That shows your wisdom, your maturity. You know what I mean? Especially when you put on a suit. If I go put on a suit, my tie, and everything, I'd be ultra sharp. The gray beard adds so much value to the look. It definitely does. When you walk through the street, you walk into a store, people look at you like, you look like you got some money. You look like you got some money. You walk into a car dealership with a suit, dressed real neat, man, they be like, good evening, sir. How can I help you? I was looking at this vehicle right here. I was thinking about giving it a test drive. How do you think this looks with me? I think it's perfect. This is your car. This car was made for you, sir. Would you like me to set up the paperwork for it? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking if this color goes with me or not. What do you think? It goes with the suit? Oh, yeah. They be lying to you. They be lying. They be trying their best to sell the car. Sometimes you got to tell them that too. Like when they trying to upsell you and stuff, you got to be like, you're lying to me, right? You're trying to bribe me into buying the car, right? That's what you're trying to do. You get the commission. Yes, you are. Well, you right, sir, I am. Finally, somebody being honest. I could work with you. Show me something else, something better than this. Let me see that one right there. Oh, wow, this car is very nice. Y'all should go to the car dealership. It's fun. It's really fun when you go to the car dealership and you walk in. Now, if you walk into the car dealership and they not tending to you, and you're somebody that got a very, very nice car, the best thing to do is like go outside, jump in your good car, and pull up like right in front of the business place and let them see the car. When they see the car that you got, they're gonna be like, they're gonna all come serving you. Hey, sir, how you doing? Be like, now you guys wanna, y'all ain't talked to me before. Now all of a sudden you wanna talk to me? Man, I tell you, bro. Let me see. Anyone under 750? I need what? Oh, talking about credit score? My credit score is at the max. My credit score is at the max, can't go no higher. It's at the max, guys. I remember when it was low. I remember when I was a teenager and I got my first credit card. Man, I shopped with all my friends, took them shopping, went into debt. I thought it was free money. I thought somebody made a mistake. We went to Macy's. We went and shopped till we dropped, bruh. And when I saw that bill and all the interest, bruh, I was in some major debt, bruh. But I eventually got out, got myself together, started making better moves, better decisions, build up my credit. And I remember when I got my vehicle and I walked into the car dealership, man, it was funny. They went to go run my credit, right? And when they ran the credit and it came back, the guy switched up his whole position. He was like, sir, would you like some champagne? I'm telling you, when you go into the car dealership and your credit score is over 800, they're gonna treat you like the president just walked in. I promise you, they're gonna do that. I don't know why, but I get it. They know that you're good to go because they know they could get money real quick. They know that. They don't really care about you per se. It's an opportunity to get paid. You know what I mean? Very, very, it's serious. They know they're gonna get money. And they know they don't have to deal with no nonsense when it comes to paperwork or anything like that. That's why. Similar to like if you get in a house or whatever the case is, once your credit score is great, that's why you should focus on taking care of those debts, paying them bills, doing what you got to do, just to at least have a good credit score. It definitely helps in this world. It definitely will help you. In business, it'll help you. In your personal life, it'll definitely open some doors that normally would be shut. So shout out to everybody that's in the 800 club. I mean, if you're in the over 740, at least. I mean, if you're 700, that's great. But when you're around 740, you're doing pretty good credit wise. If you're in the 800s, you're doing excellent. Like you're really a person that, number one, you balance your books properly. You maintain your bills. You're good with money. You're not a irresponsible person. We could trust you. And I think that's what the 800 credit score is really about. It tells banks and lenders that you're reliable, that you're a person who handled business, right? And don't feel no way if your credit score is low. You have to work on it to build yourself up, right? It's just that if you have a low credit score and you try to do anything in terms of purchasing vehicles, homes, and all that other stuff, your interest rates is going to be crazy. They're gonna mess you up. They are gonna really get you. So if you got a car and your credit score is 600, you're gonna be paying interest on that car more than the principal, and you're never gonna get out of debt because the interest is killing you. And this is why those banks and mainly car dealerships, they don't like when you put money down when you purchase vehicles and stuff. They hate that type of stuff. When you don't put nothing down, that way the creditors, they're able to make all the money off of you. It's a game of monopoly. Somebody said, shame on you, Trump hate you. No, Trump don't hate nobody. You're just a loser. You're a loser to the person who said that. Your life sucks. I mean, I get it. You're not happy with yourself, but don't project your evil on me. You said, why won't they give me 3 more points so I can be at 800? Well, okay. The way you could get to 800 real quick is you have to understand how to boost your credit score. So I'm gonna give you some information, right? Number one, all your purchases you should be doing with your credit card. Whether you buy food, even if you got cash, use your credit card, right? And then you pay it off with the cash. Don't use your credit card and then use your cash for something else and you mess yourself up. What you want to do is you want to pay don't just pay your credit card once you used it. Let a few days go in. When the statement comes in, you immediately pay part of it. Don't pay everything. Pay part of it, right? And then when it's coming on to the due date where the bill got to be paid, the first payment, you pay it off. And what that does, that counts twice that you paid your bill. So it's going to show a pattern of good spending, good, you're balancing yourself out, and it's going to increase your score. But you got to be doing this all the time. It just don't happen like with a one-time deal. You got to do this all the time, all the time. The more you use credit and the more you pay it responsibly, the more they want to increase. Now, it's going to be a game of cat and mouse. If you keep paying your bills properly, your credit, let's say you have a PayPal credit line. If you're always paying your bills, PayPal's going to be like, we're not getting no interest off these guys. Increase their credit line. They're going to increase your credit line by 3 more thousand because what they're trying to do is get you in debt, especially during the holiday season. That's normally when the creditors, they're going to try to increase your line. They're going to tell you, use our card. We have the brand new PayPal Express credit card. You can shop, you can pay it off when you want. Use it today. Your local PayPal credit card. Don't fall for the okie doke. They want to put you in debt so they could get some interest off you. Never let them make interest off you. Don't let them make no interest off you. Just pay the bill. Oh, here's another way to make your credit line go up real high. Let's say you get one of those payment plans where you don't have to pay nothing, no interest. Like you could pay, but after 6 months, then all the interest will tack in. For the first 6 months, you don't want to wait. You want to pay little by little by little towards the completion of the whole thing. And then when it gets towards the end, where they're going to slap you with all the interest, you pay everything off like 10 days in advance. That way, it'll boost your credit line. I mean, your credit score. All of that stuff is going to boost it up because it just shows that you're good with paying your bills. That's all it is. I think that's something everybody should be focused on. Let's see. Too many libtards in the chat. You say your credit score, your credit score was 460 when you got your car. I mean, they'll give you a car no matter what, but they're going to get you with those interest payments, man, and it depends. If you bought a brand new car, good luck. With a credit score of 460, I don't know. I don't know. You says laughing your ASS off. You on YouTube Live. You're a loser. Yep, I'm a loser. All right. I'm blessed. I'm doing very good. I'm having a great time. Yeah, I'm such a loser. A loser that's doing pretty well. Yeah. It's interesting how people love to say you're a loser. Do you know that people really are projecting who they are? That's really what it is. When they say you're a loser, they're upset with themselves. They're not happy with their life. Their life sucks. They also hate it when we refinance. There's a lot of tricks to the games, guys. All I can say, guys, is pay your bills, right? Pay your bills. Let me see. Somebody says they at 780. Yeah, credit you. Hey, again, if you in the 780, you on your way. You're definitely going to be at 800. That to be at 780, that means you've been building up yourself. You've been doing good. It says a lot about you. When you start looking at people credit scores, it says a lot about you. I can guarantee you, a person with a high credit score, I know how you live. I know how you live already. I know a lot about you just by your credit score. And I think there's a science behind this and why banks are more willing to deal with you, especially if you're doing some sort of business and you need like a loan for a business opportunity or whatever the case is, and you got excellent credit. They won't even hesitate. They won't even hesitate with you. That's the thing that's so great about it. But still understand it's a game. They're trying to make money. Always remember that, right? So be wise in what you do. Let me see. Why do people keep calling me Kanye? I don't see why y'all keep saying that. Somebody said another confused brother. No, you're actually the one that's confused. I don't know. You need to see a therapist because it's like, I understand you're going through some sort of mental crisis that makes you project on other people the way you feel about yourself. It's a disorder that you actually have. I read up on this disorder. It's called loser mentality. When a person's a loser, they typically project their insecurities and failures onto other people because they just don't feel good about themselves. So to compensate for their lack thereof, they try to make others feel low, like them. Right? Okay. Let's see what we got. So we just pretty much rambling on a little bit, guys. Just rambling on a little bit. We already talked about the topic already. We're pretty much wrapping up the show. Right? I'm kind of hungry, guys. I got to get something to eat. I got to get something to eat. You said, what about people on disability getting SNAP? What do you want me to do? What about them? If you're on disability, right? Let's say hypothetically speaking, you're a disabled person. How are you able to watch me? If you're able to look at me on your cell phone or on your computer and you're able to operate these devices, you can make money on social media. You can have a stay-at-home job. There's a lot of things you can do. So there's really no excuses. There's no excuses, right? I'm tired of all the excuses, man. Seriously. Somebody says, "Are you dumb?" No, I'm not. Are you? You must be. Brud said what? Let me see. Somebody said he's not a real Christian. Well, I'm not a Christian. So what do you mean? I'm not a Christian. So when you say I'm not a real Christian, I agree. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a real Christian because I never said I was a Christian. Stop assuming things about me. You don't know me. Right? How does that feel? Okay. Are you kidding me? Happy says, I love Trump. I'd vote for him a third time if it was possible. I also voted for Obama, yet no one says anything about the horrible ish he did. Yeah, that's right. Nobody talks about all that stuff he did. He did a lot of bad things. Him and Biden. They destroyed America. And see, all the problems that Trump inherited comes from them two. You see? It comes from them. It's like he just keep inheriting problems. And then the American people blame Trump. Now y'all all trying to associate him with Epstein. Y'all got to stop doing that, man. Somebody says, why do you even like Trump? Because he's a leader and he's doing a good job. He's doing a heck of a good job. I like Trump because he's kicking ass. He's kicking ass. And he's doing something that a lot of these presidents don't do. He stand on business. Whatever he say he's going to do, he do. And he gets a lot of people upset. And I don't have a problem with that. I think that Americans need to support real leadership. When you think about it, he has done a heck of a lot of good work. And I just don't understand why people are still dissatisfied. And it just goes to show that we're not really focused on leadership. We're not. Let me see. Yeah, he is fearless. He is fearless. A black guy in the chat says, what year was America free? See, this is the problem with black folk, guys. One of the biggest problems with black folk is they have a victim mentality. They're always thinking about being slaves and slavery. And it's just so pathetic, man. It's like, when are we going to actually become men and go out here and live and be responsible adults and stop with this poverty mindset? I'm tired of this, guys. I'm really tired of this slave, poverty, ghetto. I can't stand it. Could we be men and stop looking at color all the time? Nobody cares if you're black or white. What matters is, are we able to take care of our families, live in a world where we have security, spiritually, physically, financially. These are the things that's supposed to matter to us as Americans. You know what I mean? I don't care about none of this racism. I don't care about none of that stuff, man. I'm over that mess. Well, what if a white man call you an N-word? How will you feel about that? I don't care. Because that person is broke. They're miserable. They're unhappy with their life. I don't care. So you mean to tell me if I call up Jim Bob and we come out and saddle up with our truck and come outside, You gonna tell me if I call you the N-word, you're not gonna be mad at me? Nope. Well, I don't like you N-words. I don't like you one bit. That's cool, but you're still broke. You're broke. How does that feel? You're broke while calling me N-words. Do you really think I care? I don't care. You're broke. You have more problems to be worried about than me. See, here's the thing, guys. When someone is being racist and you're a black man and you got money, all that racist stuff don't move you. I don't care. You're broke. You know, sometimes, like, I have these, you have a daydream? Put a 1 in the chat if you have a daydream. You have a daydream sometimes, like you'll be doing something and like you'll be doing whatever you're doing, but you're somewhere else while you're doing what you're doing. Like it's weird. And then you kind of snap out of it and you're back to yourself. And sometimes I see myself doing certain things and like stunting on, let's say, for example, a racist, and you stunt on them real heavy to piss them off. Man, I be seeing myself doing some things. Like I was like daydreaming one time and somebody was being racist. And I think I just said, let me go into the car dealership and buy a Ferrari real quick. And I walked in, bought the Ferrari, came back out and jumped in the car and drove by the white guy that was talking crap. And I was like, hey, remember me? And he looked. He got so mad. He was like, and I just snapped out of it. It was so funny, man. It was hilarious, man. And what I learned from those little episodes is that no matter how racist a person is, when they're broke and you're doing better than them, they're gonna always be upset with you. That's why they treat you that way. It's because they don't feel good about themselves. Hurt people, whether they're racist whites or racist blacks. Anytime you have somebody that is being racist and hateful towards you for no reason, and they're just trying to make you have a bad day, it's because they don't feel good about themselves. They don't feel good about it. They're unhappy. Things are just not going well for them. Sometimes you got to ask them, like, bruh, you good? Like, I understand you I don't know. You all right? You need a few dollars? Like, you good? I see you expressing a lot of hate. And it's just like when people come to my shows and they call me a bunch of names and insults and stuff, it's because they're not really happy with themselves. They don't really have anything to live for. So being hateful is all they know. That's all they know to do, is be hateful. Let's see, High Voltage Studios, shout out to you for the $2 support. You said, why do you hate trans people? When did I say that? When did I say that? Guys, when I tell you, people have like selective hearing. I don't hate anybody. You hate people like me that speak. This conversation have nothing to do with trans people. What are you talking about? These people are weird, guys. Like, seriously. Let's see what else we got. You said MAGA stands for hat, so stop the cap. I bet you think I can't dance. Let me see. You said you sound European. What? Yo, you sound European. Joe says, are you gay? So Joe, you like men? Is that what it is? Since you're asking if I'm gay, does that mean that you like men? You should ask the viewers if they're into your lifestyle, since that's what you're asking. I'm just saying, right? Let's see what else we got, guys. Let's see what we got. Uh, don't know how this got to my page, but I'm gonna exit now. Maybe your family be proud of you. Let me put you on the block list, Ingrid. You're nothing but an Ingrid. Let me put you on the block list. Bye. She said, I don't know how this got on my page. It's called suggested videos from YouTube's algorithm. Duh, just like all the videos that come to your page. How did it get there? You're on YouTube. Duh. Let me see. Let me see. Da, 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 da. You said ingrate is how you pronounce that one, bro. Okay, thanks. Let me put you on the block list for being sarcastic. Bye. Now you're blocked. That's how you pronounce that. Let's see what we got, guys. What does the phase or phrase "Make America Great Again" mean? Or what does it mean to you? That's a question you have to ask. You have to answer that question. You don't know the answer to that? Are you American? How you're in America and you don't know what it means to make America great again? It's a foolish question. Let's see what we got, guys. What shows do you do, sir? Well, we do all types of things. I'm glad you asked the question. We do reactionary commentary videos about different news stories, whether it's investigative news reporting. We do a lot of commentary and criticism about certain influencers. We do videos where we talk about different current events, perhaps issues people may be going through in their life, and we provide solutions for these issues. We talk about everyday struggles that people go through, things that you can relate to, and we provide solutions. We kind of speak where people are, talking about what they deal with, whether it's issues in the job market, issues you're facing on the job, family-related issues. We talk about topics dealing with marriage, dating, friendships, betrayal, understanding the pitfalls of different issues. We talk about biblical matters, salvation, Bible topics, God, Jesus Christ. We talk about things in regards to spirituality in terms of demonic attacks, things of that nature, how people can be possessed by demons. We talk about, crime stories, maybe some political commentary, things going on in the media. We do music production, film. Yeah, we do everything. I'm a music producer, by the way. I produce content, music. I'm a movie director, film producer, video editor. Yeah, we do all of those things. Let's see what the chat is saying. Ba-ba-da-ba. Okay. Somebody's making jokes about Milli Vanilli. You said you can't believe I'm still talking. I can't believe you're still watching. That's the real part that's crazy. I can't believe you're still watching. What did you direct? I directed you to watch my video. That's why you're here. I did the direction and you're here, right? Does this guy have a real job? What is a real job? Being broke like you? Living from paycheck to paycheck, crying about SNAP benefits? If that's your idea of a real job, I don't need that. Let's see. Somebody says, I knew he was lying. You knew he was lying. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. We always do this all the time. But, we got to do this some more, guys. Let's see what we got. Right here, This is a cinema rig, right? Cinema rig, G Master lens, the works, LED, Sony FX3, this, action. Okay, guys, you don't have those items if you don't work. Let me see. Somebody said, money cannot unfame you. You're broke. Let's see what we got. Please let me call in on your show. No. Let's see what we got. This guy literally doesn't work. They always say these things, guys. He don't work. He don't work. Oh my goodness, he don't work. Give me a minute, guys. I gotta get something to drink. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute, guys. I'll be right back, guys. Enjoy my chair. Enjoy these things. See this? Enjoy. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. I'm coming back, guys. I'm coming back, guys. I know a lot of people probably already done left the show, but I'm back, guys. Give me a minute. Taking care of some business. Doing what I gotta do. Because, you know, I gotta work. But, let me see what I got. Da 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 da. Y'all still there? Give me a minute, guys. Don't hate. Told y'all to give me a minute. You gotta be patient, guys. Be patient. Don't leave. Be patient. Let's see how many people left the show and how many people were patient. Let me see how many people left. Okay, look like people still here. It's amazing. I can't believe it. I thought y'all would have left already. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got, guys. Let's go on a little tour. We do this all the time, you know. It is what it is. Because, you know, I don't work and I'm ending the show, so I figure might as well we just go on a little tour, right? Give me a minute, guys. Let me clean this thing. Whoops. Almost messed this thing up. Wait a minute. Okay, guys. So, you know, I was thinking about, you know, should I work? It's a little not too organized in the room, but it's still good, right? But I want you to kind of get a little idea of what's going on, guys. Give me a minute. Let me see. Da, 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 da. All right, so I'm in my office, guys, in the studio. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to figure out how to work, guys, and, you know, do what I need to do. I think my phone is dirty. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got, guys. Let's clean this off a little bit. It's a little dirty. Should be clean now, right? So we're in the studio, guys. We're in the studio for the haters that love to hate. Maybe, you know, this will get you more mad. So we're in the studio, and this is work. This is where we at. This is the work office, right? Studio set up, right? You see that, guys? Right? Yeah. Right? Wait, one of my monitors is off. Hey, how could you be off, buddy? Wait a minute. I don't know. That monitor over there bugging out. I guess I got to check to find out what's going on. It's not coming on for some reason. It's acting up. Who cares? You get the idea, right? So when people say, oh, you ain't working, blah, blah, blah. Hold up. What's really good with this monitor, though? Let me see. Input. It's on HDMI. Oh, HDMI 2? Let's see. I don't know if it'll come on. There you go. That's a good boy. Wait a minute. You shut off. Okay. I guess it's readjusting itself. That's what it is. Right. Okay. So we're in the studio, guys. We have the Sony, what is the speaker called? The Sony ULT Power Tower 9 AC. We have that, you know, and we have another one over here to give us stereo sound. We have the whole studio set up. I told you guys that I'm a music producer. Right now, the desk is crazy because I'm organizing the studio, right? We have SLR camera 1, SLR camera 2, SLR camera 3. We have camera over here. 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 So we work. We work, guys. So to the haters, right, that keep saying stuff like you don't work, you're a bum, blah, 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 please stop. Stop. You know? And when we done work, we play on the PlayStation. And this is the Pro PlayStation driving setup. That's right. Pro. That's right. So, to the haters, this is the language you understand. When you hate, it does nothing to affect me. I'm just being me, living my life. But don't hate on me because you don't like your life. right? I like to do what I do, and it is what it is. Don't get mad at me. I'm a professional. I stay out of the way. I'm trying to figure out how to get this other part lit. Why is that? I'm trying to find out where my other cable is. Because there's another cable that's supposed to go to this so it can make this whole thing over here light up. I'm trying to figure out why it's not. Like, what's causing it not to light up? Let me see. Shout out to Christina for the $10 support. Sponsoring the show. So salute Ringo, my favorite content creator. Shout out to you for sponsoring the show. Shout out to all the supporters that rock with the platform, that help us to grow. You know, the haters, they don't want us to grow. They want us to die. You know, it's just really sad. You see this chair right here, guys? You see this chair right here, guys? Check it out. You see that? Want me to show you some magic? Watch this, guys. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Watch this, guys. Hold up. Where's that switch at? Well, we'll try it with this one. Let me see if I can do it with this one here. Yeah. Let's try it with this one. Because, you know, sometimes, guys, you have to make the haters get mad. Make the haters pissed. Because they get mad with you for no reason. It's like I could just be doing my thing, minding my business, just enjoying my life. And the haters would be always complaining about, oh, you think you're this, you think you're that. And all I'm doing is just being me. Right? Let me see. Let me do this real quick. I'm trying to find this cable. I don't know where it go. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. All right. We in business now. Let me get this thing here. So, how everybody doing out there? Everybody doing good? Everybody's blessed? Hope everybody's having a good day. Let's see what we got. Check this out, guys. You see that? That's cool, right? Wow. It's pretty dope. It's on the chair. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah. Let's see. You said not grifting on YouTube so well. It's you know, it's funny, guys, that you could be in a professional studio that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And people will still be there hating. I don't get that, man. Like, the hate is crazy. You wasting your time. You hating the wrong one. I'm already where I'm at. You wasting your time. This is Ringo TV Studios. you wasting your energy. So we're about production. We're about building. We're about making content. We're not here playing these little games, right? Is your floor dancing? Do your floor have lighting? No. And like I said, it's a little messy right now because I'm doing some organizing, but I have to keep it funky with the people, you know? So we're not going to try to make everything perfectly clean and organized to be all perfect. And no, just like when you're at your house, sometimes certain things may not be tidy the way you would like it. And it is what it is, right? But I just wanted to give you a little tour, you know. This is mainly for the haters, not the people who know who I am. You already know what I'm about. The haters, they hate all the time. And it's just sad that they resort to that mindset. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what switch was for that. Was that for, let me see, because I don't know if this was for the ceiling lights, because this light thing here, let me see. That's 9 volts. Oh, that's 8 volt. So where is 12? So that's 12 volt out. That's weird. So if that's 12 volt out, what is this? That's 5 volt, and that's 12 volt. Let me see. I don't know if this works with this. Nope, that ain't gonna work. Oh, it do. Yeah, it do. I don't have them all on, guys, but I'm just trying to give you an example of how the ceiling is, right? It's supposed to have blue lights as well, but I just wanted you to see that just to kind of get you an idea. Like, I don't have everything animated yet because the other lights is on the other side, and I don't have everything organized, but the ceiling also has LED lighting as well. But haters that hate, you wasting your time. This is Ringo TV, the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube, hands down. The best reactionary channel on YouTube, right? So when y'all say stuff like, this dude don't work, he need a real job, please stop. Please stop. I'm a professional content creator. So just make sure you subscribe to the channel. Just subscribe to the channel and stop wasting time, guys. Just do that. Because the haters, they're going to always hate because they're not really doing nothing with themselves. So they're going to hate me, you know? The people who rock with the show, they rock with the show, right? So, guys, I'm going to head up on out of here. I got some things I got to do, some things I got to take care of, and it is what it is. So, Ringo TV, reactions, salute everybody that subscribe, everybody that support the show. Let me kind of turn off all these switches because we're getting up on out of here. Lights out, everything off, okay? Turn everything off, guys, because got to pay these bills, right? We're going to be doing some shows in the studio soon because I'm getting some things situated, like I'm updating all my computers. Everything's getting updated so that when we go live, we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be dope. Can't wait. So I'm going to get me something to eat, guys. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Shout out to all the new subscribers. And here's something else, guys. When I do these videos and I kind of stunt a little bit, this studio was built because of the supporters that rock with the platform. The people who rock with the platform, the actual viewers who, you know, been rocking with me since day one. You know, they've been supporting the show, and I've been taking every dollar that they support and I put it back in to doing the content. You know what I mean? Like, even down here, if I can kind of give you a little tour. Let me see. Just a little quick tour, guys. Still kind of getting things situated, but let me just give you a little tour, right? This downstairs is Studio B, right? This is Studio B, right? This is the results of the people who support the platform, right? You see how we got the chairs, we got the microphones, everything's set up. We got the lighting up here, you got the lighting there, you got lights everywhere, you got these lights here. So, you know, you got equipment over here. So this is the results of the people who support the platform, right? And this is for our show, We Gotta Talk TV, right? So I just wanted you to see this because, and I designed this whole room, guys. Like, I designed everything in here, handpicked everything so that it could be a nice, cozy environment. And with the lighting on, it looks crazy. You know, let me see if I could give you a little sample. Just a little sample, guys. Just a little sample. All right, let me turn this off. I'm gonna give you a little sample just to kind of give you an idea, right? Because we're about to release some episodes with this particular show, and it's gonna be dope. But I'm just doing this because, you know, you have a lot of haters, man, and they just be hating all day, bro. Like, it's crazy how people hate and you be putting in work and they be mad at you for putting in work. Like, it's crazy. So now I kind of, oh, hold on, let me turn off this light over here, right? So now, if you look at this now, you see how I put on the lights and it set up the stage. You have those lights up there, and it just creates a nice mood for the room. And when we release the first shows, it's gonna be dope. So guys, this room do not cost $3. It costs money to build. This is called work, guys. This is what production is about, right? So again, to the people who hate, to the people who talk a lot of crap, guys, you are wasting your time talking crap. Like, I'm all about work. I'm all about business, doing what I got to do. So to the haters, keep hating, right? We're going to continue to grow, continue to shine. See my little corner over there that y'all love? That's my little corner. So guys, I'm going to get up on out of here. I got to get me something to eat. We're going to do what we got to do. And it is what it is, man. And today we're talking about Ringo TV. Ringo, what do you have to say about people hating you? Well, I believe that a lot of these people, you know, they're talking about me in a negative way. It's really a waste of time. Yeah. So guys, we're going to get up on out of here. Those of you who like my commentary, if you are entertained by my videos and you like them, then hey, feel free to subscribe. Without your support, you know, we're done. But from time to time, we're going to do these videos. We have a lot in store. Make sure you subscribe to We Gotta Talk TV. If you go on my channel and scroll down, you'll see like all the other channels that I got. Subscribe to We Gotta Talk TV. Subscribe to Ringo TV Raw. Those are all my channels, guys. Very important that you do that. And it is what it is. So I'm going to get up on out of here. Hope you enjoyed the little tour. Hope you're inspired by it. You know, sometimes when you flex a little bit, people get mad. It's not designed to get you mad. It's supposed to motivate you. It's supposed to stimulate thought. It's supposed to make you be like, wow, so you really do this. You're really for real about what you do. Yeah, I'm for real about what I do. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. You know, I'm a music producer, content creator, and so on and so forth. So guys, again, appreciate all of those that support the show. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the new people who just discovered the platform. And that's about it, guys. So we're going to get up on out of here. Ringo TV Reactions salute you. And we are out, guys. Y'all take care. Peace. We out.